Here is a question with no clean answer. If you traveled back in time and stopped your grandfather from ever meeting your grandmother, would you still exist? The honest answer is that the question might be broken before it starts. Picture it directly. You step out of a machine a decade before your parents were born. You find your grandfather, a young man with no idea what he's about to become to you. And you stop him. Maybe you say the wrong thing at the wrong moment. And the two people who were supposed to fall in love never speak again. If that never happens, your parent is never born, which means you were never there to stop anything at all.
This stopped being a story problem in the 1980s and became a real physics problem because general relativity does not forbid time travel outright. It allows something called a closed time-like curve, a path through space-time that loops back on itself. Kip Thorne, the physicist who later helped design the science behind Interstellar, spent years working out whether a wormhole could theoretically be held open long enough to connect 2 points in time. The math said yes. It did not say the universe would like it.
So what stops the paradox? A Russian physicist named Igor Novikov proposed an answer stranger than the paradox itself. Novikov argued that if time travel is physically possible, the universe simply will not let you create a paradox. Not because a force stops your hand, because any past you are able to reach is, by definition, already consistent with everything that happened afterward, including your own existence. Under Novikov's self-consistency principle, you could go back and try to stop your grandparents from meeting. You just would not succeed. The car would not start. He would be 5 minutes late to the place you were waiting, every time. For a reason that looks, from the outside, like ordinary bad luck.
That is a strange kind of answer. It does not say time travel is impossible. It says your choices are still yours. You still try. You are simply never the version of you who succeeds, because that version could never have existed to try in the first place.
Not everyone accepts that this is where the story ends. In 1957, decades before Novikov's principle was even formalized, a physicist named Hugh Everett III proposed something built to solve a completely different problem in quantum mechanics. Everett suggested that when a quantum event has multiple possible outcomes, the universe does not pick one, it splits, and every outcome happens in a separate branch that can no longer interact with the others. This became the many worlds interpretation, and years later, some physicists realized it offered an escape hatch from the grandfather paradox. If you went back and did stop your grandparents from meeting, maybe you would not erase yourself. Maybe you would simply step into a new branch, one where your family line never existed, while the branch you came from kept going exactly as it always had, somewhere you could no longer reach.
In this version, you cannot destroy yourself. You can only strand yourself permanently in a timeline you built by accident.
Stephen Hawking had a simpler answer than either of these. He proposed what he called the chronology protection conjecture, the idea that the laws of physics themselves may quietly conspire to prevent time machines from ever functioning at the exact moment they would start causing trouble. Not through paradox, through simple physical breakdown. Energy feeding back into itself until the machine collapses, or destroys the very wormhole meant to carry it. Hawking's own supporting evidence was almost playful. He once hosted a party for time travelers, sending out the invitations only after the party had already happened. Nobody came. His conclusion was that this was not proof time travel is impossible, only that if it is, we have not built it yet, and something may make sure we never do.
So, which is it? Do you fail every time, quietly, the way Novikov's math suggests? Do you succeed and simply vanish into a version of reality that was never yours to begin with? Or does physics itself step in first, so the question never gets tested at all? Nobody knows. What is worth noticing is what all three answers agree on, without meaning to. In every version, the you who is asking this question right now, the one reading these words, cannot be erased by anything you might someday do. Not because you are protected, because you already happened. Whatever choice waits for you in some hypothetical trip backward, It already resolved itself the moment you arrived in this present, breathing and wondering about